Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to have a little look at the new automated modelling tool that has arrived on Fusion's latest update. So at the minute this is sort of like in development, so what happens now may well change in the future, and whether it stays here or if it goes back in another workspace, it may well happen as well. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to create a sketch on this plane here, grab a circle and just do a nice easy quick circle, let's say 40 mil. Hit finish sketch, and then what I'll do is I'm going to do an offset plane. Let's just bring this up and say 100. Do another sketch, and then just go straight over the top of it like that. So all I've got is two circles, one above each other. Now I'm going to turn them into bodies. We need to have bodies here, not sketches. Hit E and do the same thing for that one, 2 mil, like that. So all we've got is two bodies, one above the other. So if I go to automated modeling, you get this option here. So faces to connect. So I'm going to select that face, rotate around and select this face. So I've got two bodies. Now bodies to avoid, we haven't got any yet, but I'm then going to click new body because new body or component, but we'll just sit for new body. I'm going to click on generate shapes. Now it takes a little bit of time. You can see it's starting to load now, and normally, from what I've seen, it's creating 6 different options. If you ever use generative design, it's the same sort of thing, but in generative design you can add in like certain parameters that it will generate from. This doesn't have that option yet. It takes a little bit of time, so I'm just going to leave that as it goes, and then we'll have a look at the kind of options and what you can do to edit them as well. Okay, so you can see it's starting to do now. It's giving me a little preview of the one that's selected, so alternate 1, 2. So you can see it's giving you little previews of the different ways basically that you can model it. Just because they're still going on, just for argument's sake, I'm just going to click on the top one and I'm going to hit OK. So what will then happen, keep a look up down at the timeline. So it's actually made it a form and it's combined my surface together, so I'm going to just click on those planes there and hit V just to make them disappear. There we go. So if I open up my bodies now, you'll see I've got 3 bodies. So I turn off my original 2 shapes that I've got. It's left me with this overall shape here. Now it is actually a form. It's now a solid body, but it was done in form. So I can then go right click and edit, and I can actually then right click go to edit form, and I could, for example, start to go in and edit it however I want to, like that. So it's a very, very good way of sort of getting like that idea of like a random design. Now if I just go and finish form like that, if I, for example, so I'm actually going to go and delete those. So I'm back to just my 2 original shapes. Now what you can do, there was another option in there that said bodies to avoid. So what we're going to do is just go to sketch, and then I'm going to just create a circle, hit E for extrude, and let's just drag that out, and let's do that symmetrically. Okay. Then what we're going to do is let's take this body, let's go Control C, Control V. Sorry, let's try that again. Control C, Control V. I'm just going to move and just throw a few random ones in there. Do a couple more. Like that, and then what I might do is let's take one and then let's like rotate it slightly. Just so we got like an idea of like random objects dotted around. Like that. So we're going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to go to automate, faces to connect. So I'm going to do the same thing, I'm going to do that one, and let's do this one. Now it says bodies to avoid, so now I'm just going to select all these random cylinders that are created, and then I'm going to go to new generate shapes. And again, I'm going to leave this just so you can see what it's going to do. Okay, so you look now, the feeling it's trying to like just find like easiest ways to like avoid those shapes. Some are a lot more aesthetically pleasing than others, but it gives you that idea of sort of like random design, which actually, like generative design is actually like a design movement sort of thing, like you want that sort of random sort of look that still has like structural strength, which obviously was a thing in generative design, which is still a part of Fusion. But as a new tool, this certainly seems to have quite a lot of cool little applications. So if we pick like that one looks quite nice, let's click OK. And then let's hide. Okay, let's select one of these. Visibility, there we go. And then obviously I've still got those two original walls. So you see there, I've managed to get quite a random sort of looking shape for whatever it is that you want it to have, which would be quite hard to do and get to look random on your own. Obviously you could use the Fusion, the form tool and create your own random shape. Actually it's quite hard to make it look, so if sometimes you're trying to make things look random, it kind of looks like you're doing it intentionally and it doesn't quite look random, if that makes sense, whereas actually this gives you an option of different sort of random things. And again, you can always tell it's a form because you've got this purple box down there. Right click, go to edit, got all your faces, your edges and your vertices. You go to right click, edit form, and then you can click parts and edit it as you see fit. So I go to finish form, and we'll do one more setup just to show you a little bit more complex. So okay, so we're starting to see a few little previews coming up. Let's have a look at some of our options, see how they're looking. It's a little bit difficult to tell on some of these. Which one do we like the look of the most? Let's. Okay, let's go with this one, and then we're going to hit OK. And then let's grab all of these bodies except for that one. Oh, no. Okay, I've just turned the one off that I wanted to, which was that one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you see it lets you create really, really random sort of things, and you can sort of play around with the like options a little bit, so you can make it like have little holes in there. So obviously I've not tried to do anything like properly structural and functioning, just kind of play around with creating that sort of random sort of look. So the two we created was that one, and the other one was, which one? That one. Okay, so at the minute it seems like quite a cool little tool. We'll see what they add in when they develop it a little bit, but it's definitely worth playing around. Hopefully you found that interesting. Have a little play around, see what you can create. Any questions, leave a message down below or email me at designwithsimon@outlook.com.